this is the thing again, right? There's a contingent of people out there that are still saying and still maintaining that this is an isolated thing, or these are isolated incidents, and it's a lot, but it's been much more hyperbolized and focused on it is just the right wing, yada, yada, yada. Okay?
It's so easy to label everyone right wing extremists, racists, Nazis, neo-Nazis.
I mean, we've mentioned it every week so far, right? And it is because it is the prescient issue of the day.
Every right-minded person in his country would fall under that banner these days.
Yeah.
Because we're all sick to death of it.
Yes. Well, again, that's the thing. People are sick to death of it. And as we mentioned, like, it is coming. Operation Scatter is a real thing. Okay, it's actually happening. We are seeing the fruits of this unfold in front of us. And it's not just us. Many other people are observing it. I was going to put a bit of Jesus Enrique Rosas in
Very
here.
good.
Thank you. I'm practicing for him. Go check him out. Like, you know, in the end, the video that he did isn't necessarily super relevant. But again, my point was how far wide this is reaching. Like, people all over the world are watching this, and they are absolutely dumbfounded. Like you were mentioning there, this guy with a train had already gone and committed, by the looks of it, a whole bunch of crimes on the lead up to this, and the police turned up, failed to act, turned up, said there's nothing we can do.
Oh, but
no
they were there in
here.
3 minutes for the train attack.
Yep.
Well, he knew he was there, probably, that's why.
You've got all that list of listening of
opportunities.
Missed opportunities in his case, but also
I bet it's more than that if you look into it.
yeah, so I mean, they are looking into it, and more news is breaking all the time. Like I said earlier, I had to just stop earlier because otherwise I'd still be making notes and getting clips. Now there's so much rolling out on all of this. But obviously we went through that list of things that's happened since the 24th of October as well. It is happening all over the place.
It's getting worse,
And
definitely getting worse.
Yeah.
It's not been, you know, they say it's been reported more. And I think it's down to attacks on women. Yes, they're definitely reporting more than they used to be. Definitely. So it's not got any worse, but they've been reported more.
And also citizen journalism. You know,
exactly.
and people digging a bit further and like, you know, not necessarily just watching the BBC or reading the Guardian and going, that's
no one
that's
watches
true.
BBC because no one's paying a licence fee at the moment.
We'll get back to them shortly because, like I was saying, you know, the last couple of weeks, if you've been watching, I strongly, you know, advise you go back and check out our shorts, like, you know, the Charlie Kirk one's a big one. We've got two big segments on Charlie Kirk that have been quite good. But also, the particular one I'm talking about here is where I you know, mentioned my old hometown. Yeah. You know, and how, again, there's this proponent of people out there that just have no clue what is going on. Okay? They are nowhere near affected by this. And they like to pontificate to the rest of us and the rest of the world, and even go out and wave banners and be very loud in the street, or wear pin badges that are broadly offensive to segments of society, or tear down flags even, you know. And they just don't get it because they have not watched, as I have watched, my hometown descend into the utter chaos and disaster that is the cultural enrichment of this country by successive governments who have let in infinity undocumented men of fighting age.
Yeah, and we're not being any political because no groups, what they call parties, are any different.
No, they're all the same.
And I don't even pretend that if reform get in, that'd be any different because it make no difference at all.
Yeah, and we've got these cases of police just not doing anything about it at all, and the media not reporting about it mass-wise, you know, mainstream. And as you mentioned, and we pointed out this guy, like this supposed Brit that committed this crime on the train. Now all that's suggesting is, well, it's not just a first-generation problem. Now it's a second-generation problem.
So that's actually made it worse, if anything.
Well, this is, again, what brings me to
convenient if it was he just come on a boat.
Well,
we can get our heads around that and understand that. The second-generation thing, when we're thinking, okay, second generation, they come across in, let's say, not even the 90s, the noughties, probably, if he's of that sort of age. Okay.
I mean, depending on the age of him, if he was old enough, he could be one of the Windrush sort of descendants. He could be a third generation of the Windrush.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah, may well. And, you know, that all the hoo-ha, you sort of heart back to those days, nicer, like black and white picture you put on a few weeks ago. Nicer, gentler times. But it
Beautiful house,
wasn't it? It was. We all knew, probably more on you, because you were in that sort of neck of the woods. But certainly when I was in Berkshire, there wasn't many people of colour. Yeah. But the ones we had run corner shops. That's not a stereotype. No. They came across. Nobody else wanted to do it or had the nous to do it. They did it very successful. Yes. Lovely people. Yeah. Why wouldn't they be? Yeah,
I mean, this is the thing again when they tar the brush across everyone, like the UTK rally, where we were pointing out, well, there's a bunch of people with Indian flags who are obviously not white. Yeah. And as Brother Wendell pointed out, you know, he's pretty black. You know, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but he's fairly black, right? And he ain't a white supremacist either. Both people still call him a white supremacist. You're one of them self-hating blacks, you know? Like, but anyway, right, it's interestingly ties round because I'm not the only one noticing this. Many other people are noticing this. And people are noticing it who have maybe somewhat higher profile than us, including Sargon of Akkad, you know, Karl Benjamin. And again, from, you know, podcast Lotus Eaters. And it has descended on his town. And he's been talking about the state of Swindon for a long time. And given my past of living in Bristol and promoting in both Bristol and Swindon, I know what he's talking about. Because I went from Hounslow, which has descended into the pits of hell, to Bristol, which has also descended into the pits of hell, and commuted often to Swindon.
And you've moved to Liscard, which is...
Seems to be following me, dude.
It does seem to be following, doesn't it?
It's my fault, people.
The armpit of the
my fault.
Southwest.
So let's have a little look into... Because like I say, you know, this might not only be a first-generation problem anymore. So let's have a little look at what Karl Benjamin discovered in his local paper.
Nothing's wrong, like, for us. But this happened in my town. And I hate everything about it. I hate what has happened here, right? So, as you can see from the headline, boy hospitalized after attacked by a gang of school children. So, just this random mob of youths that attack in packs decided to beat this kid unconscious and hospitalize him for no reason. They were older than him. He's about 13. They are apparently about 14, 15, 16, something like that. And they just decided one day they were going to just beat this kid unconscious. And this screenshot is from a video that they took of it while they were doing it and sent to him to mock him. That's psychotic, isn't it?
So we're back to that again, because that happened a few years ago when there was always attacks and they're being filmed for the sake of filming them. Oh, sorry, they're being attacked for the sake of filming them, pretty much.
Now, this is one thing, like I say, immediately struck me, because this has happened to me, but in a different sense, right? Because again, people are going to say, oh, this is... We'll see what they say later, okay? But I've had, like, you know, instances where I was at secondary school and there were people that would, and this happens everywhere, actually. Yes. You will see it in American media, like film. Stephen King's probably written about it 100 times, where there's a dispute with someone at the school and they're like, I'll get you after school the gates, right?
Classic Grange Hill.
Yeah, but like 9 times out of 10, it wasn't going to be a group of people.
No, it'd be one-on-one. You've got to beef with somebody.
Yeah. I mean, even in my day, where things, and I'll describe a little more on this in a second, but like there was still a certain amount of honour, in the aspect of any sort of scrap, whether it was like a fight down the pub.
Got to be fair scrap.
Yeah. And I got into a couple of these, and initially, right, the early days, it was just a one-on-one scrap, right? But even in my experience, and one of the sad things is with this as well, is that it ties into exactly where we're at now, because I saw it coming then. Initially, in our area in West London, there was quite a high Polish population, and there was a particular pair of Polish kids that were, well, you know, meaty geezers. They were strong kids and tall, fair age and that. And they were the ones that were particularly into this idea of like catching up with people after school.
Yeah.
And then you had a couple of like scrawny, pikey guys that obviously were from, and again, it's unfortunate for them. And in retrospect, you know, I can see why they acted this way. They were from terribly bad, like broken homes, fathers in prison, things like that. But these were still moderately isolated incidents.
Yeah.
And when these did happen, like I say, it came to the point in the Polish ones, they had a group with them. In one instance, for me personally, I got to Boston Manor Park and there's a whole group of them. And they all wanted a piece.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I didn't do great, but I still survived and got away from that. When it got worse was when I got to college and started noticing, because I went to West Thames College, which is on London Road, Hounslow. Okay, and a lot of people out there are probably immediately going, oh my God. It used to be quite a nice place. You know, people like Phil Collins and Freddie Mercury kind of like hung around those places. When by my time, it was now rampaging groups of Pakistani boys and quite a lot of the Muslim boys. And it wasn't now just a case of, you know, one-on-one scraps, I'll meet you after college sort of thing. It was starting to get to that point. Like, we didn't go in the common room. Like, most of us that look like this, right? We didn't go in the common room because that was the number one place where you were likely to get targeted for no reason other than they just wanted to bat you. I even had one instance, right, where there was a conversation between me and this guy, and he had been like literally using white racism slurs like snowball and snowboy and Iceman and vanilla ice and all this. I didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
Right. But the teacher dragged us in. The teacher dragged us in to have a word with us because they thought there was like, you know, some issues with me. And I'm like, but I'm the one sat here listening to him shout this at me. Like, okay,
you use the N-word on him once, you'll slap.
Yeah, exactly. And again, I did not fall to that bait either. No. Because there was obvious baiting going on there.
They'd be the first to jump on you then, the teachers and authorities. Definitely.
Yeah. And even at that, right, once you went down back then, most of the time that was about it, right? Yeah. But again, in these two particular instances I can remember between the Polish and the Indian guy, Pakistani guy, I apologise, the pair of them, with their groups of people, they were the ones that were like, nah, we're gonna keep going. Yeah. Once the main guy tried to put the other gun down, the others rushed in and started trying to go for you. So, but there was still a limit. There was still a limit.
I bet there's no knives in those days, was there?
No, and let's
fashion fisticuffs.
Yeah. Well, let's just have a little listen to how this proceeded, because again, this is Karl Benjamin's hood. This is his land. This is his home.
So, speaking to the Adver, the mother says that she believes the group of teenagers who are older than her son were waiting for a planned fight after school with a fellow pupil, but when that didn't happen, they targeted her son. So what, was the fellow pupil like, yeah, I'll fight all 9 of you? Yeah, no, probably not.
Hear that?
Yeah.
So,
it's like a Jason Statham movie, just taking everyone at the same time.
And again, you know, the craziness of watching this has also happened to me when I was in secondary school. A fight was supposed to happen. I just happened to be walking past and I'll do him instead.
We're not here for no reason.
So,
it's like any money's worth.
Yeah, and it's just absolutely insane. But this poor kid's just walking past and they're like, okay, we'll have you instead. Mental, right? 9 of them.
Out of his mind, the poor kid.
Oh boy, it gets worse.
I get the feeling that they were probably, you know, like going to ambush him or something. Like, you know, it would have been the other kid in this position. Because it's not like these are honourable people, right? Like, this is not the kind of people that are being raised in St. Joseph's Catholic College. Apparently, dishonourable mobs, apparently, is what they raise in there. I mean, that's a pretty bad bloody advertisement for St. Joseph's Catholic College.
Context, St. Joseph's Catholic College. Yeah. This is where this happened. A Catholic college. Newsflash, I went to a Catholic boys' school, secondary school. And again, you're singing my tune, man. Playing my song with his fingers, you know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous that it was starting to happen back then. Yeah. And here we are all these years later. I ain't a young kid. Right? I'm getting old, right? And it's got worse.
Which is
much worse.
But, so, after this other kid apparently didn't turn up, wisely I'm guessing, they just decided to victimise her son for no reason. A younger boy was walking by, and they said, yeah, we're all just going to pummel him unconscious, put him in prison, in hospital.
Hospital, yeah.
Like, what kind of maniacs are these? Like, what kind of genuine psychos are we dealing with here? Like, sorry, and then they're going to film it, laugh about it, and then send it to him as a way of mocking him. And the police are like, yeah, well, nothing we can do. Like, are you insane? How can it be that there's nothing that you're going to do about this? So this took place in October, so it was only a few months ago. The videos show the boy surrounded by a large group of people.
Just to clarify, did you hear what you said there?
Yeah.
So the police have said there's no crime here. We're not going to do anything about it.
And is this also below the age of criminal responsibility as well?
So two factors to that he'll mention, I believe here. I know for a fact that you can go to Feltham Young Offenders because my good mate Michael Maisie, shouts to Michael out there, former SAS Tough Enough contestant and best-selling Amazon author.
Yes.
And featured on Sean Atwood. Go check him out. Yeah, I went to school with him. Yeah. And two of us ran together for a long time. And I've said many times before, it was a fine... Let me show you. This is the distance right here on this piece of Vizsla cigarette paper, right? That's the distance between what happened to me and what happened to him. I could have gone to Feltham like he did.
Yeah.
I could have ended up exactly like him because we were running together for ages. Great guy, by the way. Really nice guy. But he made some really bad decisions. And I strongly advise anyone to go check out Michael's story. He's been very open about it. He runs, counselling now for other people to stop them from following that path. And these kids are not going there. Okay? The police have...
Are they even getting a visit from the boys in blue?
I think he's going to mention it. We'll watch the rest of what he says in a second, but, just in case I missed that in the clip, they believe that the school and their safeguarding managers are the best people to handle this situation because it took place on school property.
A few lines, maybe. 100 lines. I must not beat up innocent little children.
So have a little listen if he mentions it. If he doesn't, I'll tell you what happened.
School uniform being attacked by several members, one of them attacking with a belt. Why? Just what makes the people who did this so psychotic? And what punishments are they going to receive? Right? Because if they don't get punished for this, they're going to think, well, actually, we didn't really do anything wrong, did we? Actually, you don't mind if we do this to some poor kid. Like, for some reason, that's acceptable, is what they'll take away. They'll think of themselves as untouchable, and they'll think that their victims in some way deserve it, because the powers that be don't intervene to prevent it. And so, once again, we look at the two-tier society that's being created, and we have to ask ourselves, well, was Mr. Powell correct about some people having the whip hand?
Enoch Powell, we're talking about here, okay, for people who missed that, was Enoch Powell correct about some people having the whip hand?
He's being pummeled and kicked by the pupils multiple times before lying motionless on the floor. So what, was he knocked out? Like, they could have killed him.
Easily.
There are at least 9 we can count in the video. I mean, there should be 9 people who should be arrested then.
Yeah.
And if they're underage, then the parents should be held accountable, shouldn't they? He could only protect his face. He tasted blood in his mouth and felt like his teeth had fallen out. He didn't do anything wrong to these boys. He didn't say anything. He didn't start anything. It was a case of wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, I bet.
I'm not joking. Huh?
Don't go near St. Joseph Catholic College. Yeah. There are dangerous lunatics there. And an email sent to the...
So, yeah.
So they speak about the two-tier justice. So, in my world, rightly or wrongly, and I've had a good upbringing. I'm not a lunatic. I'm not a madman. It's all provoked. If nothing was done, I'd be around the house. I'd be around hoiking those kids out.
Was there not the case of that guy who's...
And I'd get arrested.
Was it his kid was attacked by kids on a bike and the kid nicked the bike, so the dad jumped in his car and ran him down? Do you remember that a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
And this is the sort of profound justice, as Kash Patel likes to call it, but is unfortunately the only thing that is going to grow out of this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, people, but this is the only thing that is going to be sprung forth from the seed sown here. Unfortunately. Yes, they beat the crap out of him. Yes, they hospitalised him.
Yes, they got away with it.
No, the police are doing nothing. I think I have a little bit more of what he says here.
Mum, a police officer confirmed they will not be taking any further action against the youth involved. They said...
Why?
In an email sent to the mum.
Dear victims, you mean as recent, dear victim's mother.
Yeah, and then this is why I said to you before we started in that text message, I'm going to try not to get too angry in this one, because there are some things that are really pissing me off with the way this is being handled. Yeah. And I don't know.
They probably do the kid that beaten up for truanting. What are you doing out of school on the field?
Don't forget, truancy is a crime that is punishable of the parents.
Exactly.
The number of times
wasn't truanting. You know what I mean? It's that stupid. You should walk on that grass.
The number of times we get attendance emails from our wonderful school, who we love very much. I appreciate it because it's not their fault. The government
targets
with their bloody it's a law. It's a freaking legislation.
Law, but also it's crazy. It is crazy. You know the ones in every. It's like being at work. You know the Friday afternoon when they come in Friday afternoon. You know the kids that when the going gets tough, they throw a sickie. When it's games, they throw a sickie. It's Swindon, throw a sickie. Whatever.
Who do you think introduced that education bill that like mandates that parents can't take holidays and without being fined?
It's been in a while though, hasn't it? I think.
Try to have a wild guess about which particular pointy-eared motherfucker brought that one in.
Pointy, I can't think of that one.
Master of the Dark Fabian Art.
Oh, crikey.
War criminal. Can't hard on for Gaza. Tony Blair.
Blair. The Teflon man himself.
Indeed. So, yes, we will continue with this saga on for a couple of seconds.
Discussed this report with my sergeant, who has made the decision that the school will be the most appropriate agency to deal with the assault, and the police investigation will not be investigated any further due to the age of the people involved in it taking place on school premises. Sorry. What?
What?
I just...
What?
It's just crazy.
It's mental, isn't it?
What will happen now? Something will happen. One of these youths in 10, 15 years' time will commit something that's happened in Huntingdon, and it'll flag up. It'll come on. Well, of course, we all know this guy was involved in a beating of an innocent child 15 years ago.
Well,
we chose to do nothing about it then because it wasn't our responsibility. Now he's untouchable and he's been beating up everyone in local McDonald's and stabbing people in the park.
Now, some people might be thinking, oh, you're being so cynical, Steve. That's ridiculous.
It's the way the country's made me, unfortunately.
That's ridiculous. It's absurd.
It is.
It is unfathomable. But let me just ask, did what was his name? Axel Rudicabania?
Yes.
Was he doing that, or was he in Children in Need special of Doctor Who, looking all angelic?
We won't even get into Children in Need, will we?
Coat on,
we won't get into that.
But my point being, right, if Rudicabania, that lovely Welsh choir boy, right, was all sweet and angelic and doing Doctor Who stuff for Children in Need, so obviously part of an acting family, right? Like, stage school family, as so many of these people are, as Candace was pointing out. Candace Gray. Go check that video out. If that's what he ends up doing, what are these kids going to end up doing, bro?
Exactly.
If these kids are right now clobbering the living crap out of some poor kid that has nothing to do with anything, now
they're up the ante. They're up the ante. Be girls next, and Christ knows what will go on then. And that'll be a group. You go back to the Lawrence thing.
Stephen Lawrence.
The Stephen Lawrence thing. The untouchable group of white men. Let's say, because they were. None of them ever really admitted anything, and it's all like a group of people that have done it, and they weren't touchable because they probably started off doing other things like that as well.
Yeah, well,
and it escalates. And this is
as we saw again. You look into Shifty Sadiq. Yeah, these things have been going on for a long time. And as we're seeing, as we point out, you've got your man on the train, right? Who could easily be at least the second generation here.
Yeah. And
now you've got these kids as well in Swindon.
This is the next one.
Equally, right? Like, again, it's not local. And this really, like I say, it struck me because I was telling the story of my hometown and now he's telling the story of his. It ain't sounding so great, is it?
No. It's not.
It's not sounding great.
We've got a flat in Swindon, digressing slightly, a rental property. And I don't go down there very often, to be totally honest. It's county lines down there. It is terrible.
Is that the same county lines that Sadiq was mentioning last week?
Yeah, exactly it. But no, you go down there, and not far from where our place is, it's near the Orbital Shopping Centre, which is quite a nice shop. It's got an restaurant down there. You can't move for floral tributes on the roads. These aren't car crashes. These people have been killed in alleged hit and runs or drug land discrepancies.
So,
Mental.
again, you bring back the good lady driver mentions this frequently as agreeing with me of why the hell we had to get the hell out of London.
Yeah.
In Feltham.
You come down here,
Yeah.
the West Country is a bit more backward.
Well,
There was a hit and run in Callington
yes.
the other week.
Yeah, this is a problem. We'll get there.
Attempted murder, not an accident, although
No.
it's the stupidest junction in the whole of the world.
Well, yeah.
Callington Junction, it really is.
But like you say, yeah, with memorials and so, I mean, Plymouth right now. Go have a look, drive around Plymouth and see how many of them there are. Because Plymouth is going chaotic. I should have, taken some of the notes of how many of the incidents have happened there in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, I
weeks.
did see that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really kicking off up there. And I said to you last episode of the episode before, didn't I? Say it's on our doorstep. It's just over the water there.
Yeah.
It's not far away. But like I say, in Feltham, it was the same. We had a tribute for a kid that was shanked, just down our road. And it was not far from where that family. Well, it's literally just down the road from where the family was murdered, and the cows ran over that cow. The cows. The police ran over the cow that I told you about. So and again, this is just up the road from Hounslow High Street, and like I say, that initially hit me, and I was like, oh damn. Karl, I feel for you. I'm really sorry, mate, that's happening to your ends. But then he had to go and find another video, and this popped up, I think, today, or I certainly saw it as I was preparing this, and this is one of the reasons why this one in particular, I was like, I've got to stop after. This is getting too much now. Let's have a little look. Hopefully, this hasn't skipped to his follow-up video.
You don't know anything about them. You don't know who these men are. You don't know what they're guilty of in their home countries. You don't know what they're fleeing. You don't know what they've done. You don't know what their intentions are. And yet you are taking them in as if they are all just babes in the woods who are just found completely vulnerable. And it's like, no, sorry, no. They're just obviously not. And I just don't believe this. And this is just, obviously, crime is going up. If you look at, it was never great in Hillingdon where this took place, but now it's way worse than it used to be. You can see the direct line up there, and it's just terrible. And obviously this is causing bankruptcy in the council. The place is just being run down. This is where the stabbing took place, by the way. The place is being run down. The council on the verge of bankruptcy. And then
just for context, he says, this is where the stabbing took place. Yes, obviously, we're back to the Uxbridge stabbing from last week. Yeah.
This Julie Hartley Brewer is like, Jesus Christ, we're terrified. We're absolutely terrified. Let's watch this.
Oh, I live in the borough right next to Hillingdon.
Yep.
And so I moved into my house in 2019. My local shop, there's been 3 stabbings, 1 murder since then.
Wow.
My friend was murdered last year up on the high street. Girl I know was murdered in Southall Park. The government are failing us. I'm so scared for my children. I have a 22-year-old son, and I'm begging him to move out of the country.
Oh my goodness, I feel for you.
What are these politicians doing to us? They're putting our children in so much danger. They're putting everyone in danger, and they're not doing nothing to help us.
And that's the thing. A lot of us feel. How many is too many?
They're pushing us to do something that we don't want to do. We are peaceful people. British people never vote against their government.
Yeah.
They're going to push us to it because they're not listening to us. Our friends, our family are dying. I had a cousin murdered 20 years ago who was stabbed to death, and nothing has changed, Julia.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I'm sure I speak for everyone listening and watching right now. My heart goes out to you, and that's the reality.
I don't leave the house without a man.
You're that worried.
Well, everyone I know is getting stabbed. They're getting raped in parks. This is where I live, not where the politicians live.
Do you think that's part of the issue, that they don't live in the real world?
Keir Starmer, if you're listening to this, please do something.
I'll bring you to this clip that I sent across to you, which we can probably pop on at some point. This is from the government gov.uk website Home Office about us, and I quote, "The first duty of the government is to keep citizens safe and the country secure. The Home Office plays a fundamental role in security and economic prosperity of the UK." Well, that's bullshit on both counts, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't make that up. You could not make that up.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, again, that infuriated me again there. I can't watch that video, right?
No.
Without it hitting me, because I know where she's from.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
borough next to Huntingdon.
Yeah.
My home.
And we're both fortunate. We've both got kids. We've both got sons. And we're probably quite fortunate we're down here.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, if you were up there, you know, you'd be sending Mini Driver in a
Stab
body
vest.
armour, a stab vest.
Just like Ricky Gervais said, welcome to London.
Exactly.
Don't forget your stab vest.
Down here, I mean, crikey, my son worked in the local Wetherspoons when he first come down here. Bit of extra money. And he had to wrestle a knife off of someone in there. And he's a bar person. He's not a security guy. He's not a bouncer. This is a Wednesday night. There's no security in the place at all. And he's had to talk down this big lump with a knife.
It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. And I will, again, just like last week with the Sarah Potchin phone in, I will clarify, this is a caller. We don't know who this caller is. You know, they could be anyone. But
Sounded pretty genuine to me.
she's scared.
It isn't
She's really scared, man. And like I say, I used to play at Huntingdon Sports Club with the West Mid Colts. Huntingdon Harriers were based there. I used to go there with my mates. Yeah, like, I know Huntingdon well. And to hear this poor woman, man, Southall Park, she mentioned there. Again, dead giveaway of where she's talking about.
Yeah.
Her friend was stabbed last year on the high street. Yeah, I mentioned it, didn't I? Stabbed in the high street in Hounslow. And then this year, 2 coppers stabbed.
Yeah.
One in the throat in Hounslow High Street. And again, very shady reporting. Well, we don't really know who did it.
No.
Yeah, we do, but we're not going to tell you.
We can't say.
And it's just that absolutely, like I say, that really pisses me off. And it's again a warning to all of you out there. Yeah, take it from the people that are close to this. Right? We've watched it happen. We're watching it get worse. We've tried to get out. Sargon, you know, Karl Benjamin, he did it. Several of the Lotus Eaters commented on this situation this week. Go check out their podcast, and they're saying they've moved out of areas.
Yeah.
Like one of them was talking about how London, he had to get out of there. In a video where they were talking about how Knightsbridge Station now has the station title on the door on the archway in Urdu. Yeah. I mean, you know, there's complaint about that, obviously. Don't see people complain
Look
about
at the Christmas lights they put up in London now. There's not a single Christian thing there at all.
Yeah.
It's just stars.
Again, it's coming to a town near you. Like they said last week on Lotus Eaters. Yeah, all you sleepy suburbs, right? All you Lib Dem suburbs that we pointed out on the voting of London, right? It's already there. It's already there, and it's gone past it. It has accelerated past it to Swindon.
Yeah.
And it has accelerated past Swindon to Plymouth.
Yeah.
It's coming. And we need to be ready, and we need to be careful before it comes knocking at our door. Every person out there needs to take some action somehow to petition your local councils, to make a fuss with your local governance, to really ramp up security in your areas.
I think the only option, I don't know if we're going to touch this all next week, is civil unrest, civil disorder, civil
We'll come to
disobedience,
this,
isn't
because
it? That's what it's driving people
yes,
to.
well,
You know,
like the
we're
woman
not-
said. What did the woman say?
Yeah, we're not a country of racists. That's this annoying thing. Yeah, like we said about the protests in London.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't knuckle-dragging Neanderthals with shaven heads and St George's crosses. Well, some of them were. Most of them weren't. They were you and I. Like you said, they wash our clothes, they clean our streets, they do this, they work in McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
These are normal people that wouldn't dream of kicking up a fuss. It's the typical, the Victoria word, oh, sorry to bother you. They're really apologetic. We queue, for Christ's sake. We don't cause a scene, we don't cause a fuss.